our newest member, Mr. Mark Hall, if he would approach the podium and just say a few words about himself and how he became interested in historic preservation. Mr. Mark Hall.
In my own mind. I'm Mark Hall. I'm the Executive Director for Habitat for Humanity here in Montgomery, and I've been doing that for about 6 months. And before that, I had sales career here in Montgomery. So I've been in this community my entire life, lived in several different areas. At one point in time, I actually worked with Mike over there in the corner because I worked for Parks and Recreation and I was a fireman for 5 years as well. So I just have a lot of different background as far as work and yeah, this being on the commission, I was asked and I was very intrigued and interested and wanted to be a part of it. So it's really not, I coach in my spare time. I coach softball and basketball at St. James, where my daughter just graduated. That's why I have not been present at some meetings because I was finishing up her senior year. So, but I'm glad to be here and glad to serve on this commission.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good to have you. Do we have any guests here tonight? Not person who will receive a sign, but any guest. Is anyone here tonight who considers him or herself a guest? We are privileged and, in fact, honored to award these signs tonight because, after all, our emphasis is historic preservation. So we have a list of addresses, and what I'm going to do is call out the address and ask the recipient to come forward and just identify him or herself and say a few words and let us know how proud you are to receive this sign from the Historic Preservation Commission. Our first sign goes to 544 East Fairview Avenue. Mr. Joseph Mitchell, I believe it is.
Yes, it's happy to receive the sign. Bought the house in 2016. It had no electricity, had no water, had no AC systems. It had been vacant for 5 years, so did about a year of rehab before we could even move into it. And the project still continues, so getting close to the end, but I've been saying that for a few years now, but I think we're really close to the end now, so just happy to have this sign to put on the outside. Thank you.
One of the points I want to emphasize to all of our recipients is we would appreciate if you were to come back to our meetings. In other words, not let this be the last time we see you at a Historic Preservation Commission meeting, and bring some of your neighbors with you. Our second sign, excuse me, goes to 1802 Madison Avenue. And this is Joseph Curtis.
You said 1802.
Yes, I'm sorry. Your name?
Robin Gevers.
Evans?
Gevers.
Okay. All right. Okay. Would you like to make a statement, please?
Sure. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Robin Gevers. My husband and I relocated to Montgomery 14 months ago from Georgia. When this house became available, I was very reluctant due to the size of this property. However, when I looked and actually did my research on the property, I discovered that it was a very historical property. We are blessed and fortunate to be the owners of this property. Thank you, Historical Preservation Commission. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And as I said, please come back. Really would appreciate that. 1417 Magnolia Curve, Miriam Bourne. If you'll say a few words.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is an honor. I had never expected to have a beautiful home like this. I'm from New York City. I moved in November of 2021, and it is amazing, especially since I lived in I'd say about 500 to 600 square feet in Alphabet City. But this place is amazing. I love also this whole space. I will come back. I've been back with, I've lived right next door to Rob here, who is also a treasure, and I'm just grateful to be here. I love Montgomery, and I hope to pass this home on to someone else eventually, when I'm no longer here, in better condition than I found it, even though it was in very good condition. I think that's what we should all do, preserve things. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here scheduled to receive a sign this afternoon? We'd like to thank everybody who came out this afternoon. And Paula, do we have any other business or any comments you'd like to make? And as we said before, we really want to encourage each and every one of you to come back. And what I'd like to ask is that you show your sign off to your neighbors and let them know that we exist and what we do here, because we want to emphasize historic preservation. And as we close this afternoon, we just wanted to let you know that we try to say to people as forcefully as we can, there are alternatives to demolition. You don't have to demolish. You can renovate. So if you see a structure that's bound for decay, see if you can contact someone who will step in and do whatever is necessary to arrest that decay so that we don't lose that building, that house, or whatever the case might be. With that being said, this meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you for coming out.